Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? I have had a really super busy day today. And so happy Monday, by the way. And you can see you're in the same spot and you may be there for a couple days, I don't know. I want to say a thank you to Shelby who sent me this. It is a camera holder that hooks to my windshield. I spent about a half an hour today trying to get this to work. And I put it up this way, I put it up that way, I put it sideways. And no matter how I have it, and I think it's because of how my windshield is, no matter how I have it, the camera, like I can get the camera on it, but the camera won't open so that I can see to vlog. It won't hold up there. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to what I need to do is I need to get online and just look at the different ones. I'm gonna try this again tomorrow in the daytime and see if I can get it to work, because I did this at night and I couldn't really see that well. But I'm gonna do it tomorrow and see if I can fix it. So I just wanna say thank you, Shelby. That was awesome for sending that to me. And worst case scenario, it will work for my phone. I just don't record on my phone. But like the phone just it sits right in, there's a thing that comes with it to sit the phone in, and it works perfectly. So if I can figure out how to get the camera into the phone holder, then that would actually work. But I couldn't figure out how to do it at night, and it was dark and I couldn't see very well. So I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. The other thing is I can't get it to go down like this. If I could get it, it won't hold on, it'll only hold on to glass. But if I could get it to hold on to this, that would be perfect. So I'm gonna figure out if there's a way for me to do something on there. And I guess the other thing is I could do it here. Let's hold on to it. Oh, that might work. Oh, it might hold on to my screen, but I don't know if that's gonna damage my screen. Oh, that might work. Oh, okay. Well, I could do that. Oh, no. It's calling somebody. So that might work. We'll have to figure that out tomorrow. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, it has been a really good day. I got up today and we went to brunch today, and I had the croissant French toast again with crunchy potatoes, and I didn't even finish any of it, but it was delicious. And Alex had his meal, which is the Cuban breakfast and chili with tons of croutons on it. And then we went to the mall. I went to go to Urban Outfitters because I wanted to get a long sleeve Champion shirt, and I thought they had them there. And so we parked and walked through Nordstrom first, and Nordstrom actually had a lot of Champion stuff. I didn't really like what they had. It was kind of like their high-end, Champion's high-end stuff, and it wasn't really what I wanted. So we went to Urban Outfitters. Well, before we went to Urban Outfitters, now those black plastic Birkenstocks that I have, that I wore all last summer, I love those, okay? They're $39, I swear by them. So Nordstrom right now, I mean, you can get them online, but Nordstrom has them, this cord is all out. Nordstrom has them, in every different color right now. They have them in white, and in bright blue, and then navy blue, and then gray, and then army green, and then they had what's the other color they had? I can't remember. So anyway, I wanted to get a pair of them. So I got a pair of the navy blue. Alex got a pair of the bright blue and gray, because he loves them too. He has a black pair. And then while I was there, I started looking at the Birkenstocks, which y'all know I love Birkenstocks. And so, not just the plastic ones. And I ended up getting There were 2 different pairs that I wanted, and I was like, I was only gonna get 1 pair. They had like camouflage ones that are like blue and green camouflage, like navy and green camouflage, and I'm gonna do these and show them in a review video. And then they had like navy blue ones that kind of look like they're like painted on navy blue. They're very cool. And I tried them both on, and I loved both of them. And I didn't know which ones to get. And Alex goes, just get both of them. He was like, you know, the only thing I ever buy is shoes and fanny packs, true story. So I ended up getting those 2 pair plus the plastic navy blue ones. And then Alex got his 2 pair of the plastic ones. And then we went to Urban Outfitters, and there was actually quite a few things there that I wanted, but I was like, I don't really need anything else today. And so he tried on a couple shirts, and I think he bought like 2 shirts for Miami and Mexico. He bought like this striped shirt that he's gonna wear to Ultra, and then he got another shirt that I think he's gonna wear in for Mexico. And then he was on ASOS tonight ordering some stuff too, so he's real excited. I looked on the ASOS website, and I was actually talking about this in my live stream the other day, but I was looking on the ASOS website. There's not really a whole lot that I want from there. I just got a pair of shoes from ASOS. That's all I ever buy. I'm going into my closet, and I'm gonna go through all of my shoes and get rid of the shoes that I never wear. And I'm gonna donate them, because Melissa does this thing where you donate shoes, and then like how many shoes people donate, like they raise money for dogs, like shelter dogs. And so I'm gonna give the shoes to her, and I'm gonna go through there and just get rid of all the shoes I don't wear, and then just keep the shoes that I bought and the ones that I wear, because I don't need that many pairs of shoes. But it was interesting. I was in my live stream the other day, and somebody was saying something about Raw Beauty Christie did some hilarious video about ASOS or whatever, and that she didn't like ASOS, the service. I have never, I mean, I actually brought down in the live stream like the things I bought from ASOS and how much I love ASOS. I have never ever once had any problems with ASOS. Their stuff comes really quick, or whatever it says, you know, 5-day shipping or something. It's there within 5 days. And then, you know what? I ordered shaving cream, and it was supposed to come today, and it didn't come today. That's interesting. Oh, maybe it's in the mailbox. But it's Sunday. So, I was like having a hard time swallowing there. I need some water or something. But anyway, like every pair of shoes that I've bought from ASOS fits perfectly. Every shirt and like pair of shorts that Alex has bought like fit exactly like they say they're gonna fit. He's returned a couple things, but he loves a return policy. But he's returned it not because it doesn't usually fit, but because it isn't what he thought it would be like when he got, you know, ordered it. But the fit is usually always rather correct. I don't know, like as a website, I'm always a little hesitant to order clothes online, but as especially shoes, but as a website, their stuff fits really good. And my brother-in-law, Carlos, has 2 pairs of these New Balance shoes. They're like baseball training shoes, but I really like them. And they have like a turf bottom on them. And he had a red and white pair, and then he designed a pair that are the colors of the Venezuelan flag. So I'm thinking about, he was supposed to text me the link, but he never did. I'm thinking about getting a pair of those, and those being my shoes that I wear for Ultra this year. Because I don't want to take like 4 pairs of high tops, and I always end up doing that, and then I don't know which ones I'm going to end up wearing. And I haven't bought a new pair of high tops in a long time, and I know that New Balance are comfortable. Like, I love New Balance. I have a couple pairs of them. So, and I know what size I am in them, so I can get those, and at least I know that they'll be comfortable to dance in. So I'm gonna order those, I think, like this week. I need to text him again tomorrow because he never sent me the link. But so yeah. So we went out to brunch, and then we went shopping for a little bit after that. Because we had parked in the parking garage, and the line was so long at Urban Outfitters. So he was like, why don't you, if you're bored, why don't you just go get the car? So I went and got the car, and I drove back around, and I picked him up, and then we went home, and he laid down for a little bit while I filmed some videos. So I filmed some videos, and by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Tia. who I love so much. She was in my vlog not too long ago. I got to hang out with her and her boyfriend in Los Angeles. Tia just started her channel. Her very first video went up today. And this police car has like 5,000 lights on it. This is crazy. And they turned. But Tia started her very first, or put up her very first YouTube video today, and she did a review of the Anastasia of Beverly Hills ABH palette. I can't remember which, the Riviera palette I think it's called, and it's a really good video, and it was so fun to watch. And so please go subscribe to her. It's Tia Bia Beauty, and I hope I remember to link it below. If I don't, I've linked it literally on every other video. Well, something must be going on. There's like all these police cars coming. But I linked it underneath my Peterisms channel, and I linked it underneath my Peter Monn channel. And I hope I remember to link it underneath this channel. So, oh my God, there's another police car coming up here too. And that was going into like a little suburban neighborhood. I hope everybody's okay. Oh, this is an ambulance. A fire truck. Looked like an ambulance. So go follow Tia's channel, Tia Bia Beauty. Let's give her some love. She has watched my vlogs forever, and she's super supportive, and I love her. So it's really exciting to start your channel, you know, even if you're starting like a new channel, like you've already done YouTube, like whatever, you know, it's always so exciting. And I love to, you know, pump people up that are new, that, especially if it's somebody that like I've known for a long time. I think that's exciting, you know. So anyway, go check out her channel and give her some love. Make her day tomorrow, or today for you if you're watching this video. And then I filmed the videos, and Alex took a nap, then he got up, and he fed the dogs, and then he was watching TV while I was uploading those videos. And then I made a list. So like, I know I've talked to you guys about how organized I am, but like I'm super like weird organized. And I have this calendar book, and every Sunday I go through there and like make a list. And because of LA, I haven't done this. So I was like making my list of everything that I had to do for the entire week. And so I got all of that stuff written down, started making my list for our trip, of things I have to do for our trip, made a list of all the videos, because I'm trying to pre-film videos for like my BookTube channel, my Peterisms channel, and the review channel. That's like a lot. That's like over 30 videos. If I pre-film all those videos, it's probably not gonna happen. So, but I wanted to have a lot of videos pre-filmed before I go on vacation. The drama channel videos and the vlog, of course, I'll do while I'm there. So, so I made a list of all of that. And then, oh, at some point I went and got dog food because we were out of dog food. So I went and did that. And then, yeah, that was about it. And now it is 9:41. And I came out to vlog for a little bit. I've been kind of like cooped up in the house for the last few hours, just like working on all of that stuff. PB, it was so sweet. He sat in the chair like next to me, like on that little chair where I film my videos, even though Alex was upstairs with Boo and Tucker. And he just sat there the whole time that I was doing my work, and I was like talking to him and stuff. He's so sweet. Alex was doing some laundry too. And, oh, and I went through like, I had this huge stack of like mail and stuff, and I went through all of it and organized all of that. So that was one of my goals for today, to get, well, this week, to get all that done. And I feel very accomplished for today, for being a Sunday. So I got all that done, and then I'm gonna go home here in a little bit, and I am going to, I think I'm gonna do a live stream. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit. I was thinking earlier that I might want to go to the casino, but I don't know that I want to go tonight or not. the last time that I went to the casino was when I had filmed my vlog early. It's been a while. I haven't been in a while. And I ended up doing really well at the casino that night. And I think that's kind of like my fear in going back. And my friend Valerie is out of town right now, so if I go, I just go by myself. But I saw Lori the last time that I was there, and we hung out and talked for a little bit. And I think my fear is like going, and then, you know, I always take like a certain amount of money, and then once like if I like lose that money, I leave. Like, I'm not one of those people that, like, you know, doesn't take what I can afford. I just kind of go to have fun and stuff. But sometimes, true story, you can go and you can be like done. Oh, I also have some casino cash. I have like $25 in casino cash, and then $5 from Sunday. So I have like $30 if I go up there today to use this casino cash, which, you know, it's not tons, but that's good for me for casino cash, because I don't usually ever get that kind of casino cash. So, and I don't usually ever use it either, because I don't play with my card. Do you guys know what I'm talking about at all? Like, you guys are like, we don't go to the casino. So if you go to the casino, you can play with like a player's card. And on the player's card, there's like, you can earn points and you can earn comps and things like that. My ex and I, back in the day, we used to go down to Caesars in southern Indiana, and we would get extraordinary comps, like free buffets, free meals, free hotel rooms. And that's why we would go down there like at least once or twice a month, and we would take our friend with us. We would take my mom, and like he would use his free room for us, and then I would use my free room for whoever we took down there. So we didn't pay for a hotel room, and we would go down. It was so much fun, and we would go down there, and we would like, they have a really, it's now Hollywood is what I think it's called, Hollywood. But we would go down, or maybe it's a Harrah's, I don't know. We would go down there and we would go swimming. They have a really nice indoor pool, and then we would take a nap, and then we would take, because we would get down there early, and then we would take showers, and then we would go eat, and then we would go gamble. And I think we usually went down there for like 2 days, maybe. Did we? No, we usually went down there like a Sunday to a Monday, because the comp rooms, you could use them like Sunday through Thursday. You couldn't use them on Fridays and Saturdays. So we would go down there like a Sunday night, and we would go swimming and do all that stuff, and then we would go to the buffet usually for dinner, or like they have a nice restaurant there, and then we would like go gamble, which was really fun. People think I gamble a lot now. We used to gamble a lot back in the day. We used to have those comp rooms for all the casinos in Indiana. Belterra, Harrah's up north. We used to go to all these different places, and we had comps everywhere, so we could go whenever we wanted to. But that one, we went down there like once every 3 weeks or whenever we got comps. And I mean, you basically would go and you didn't pay for anything, because you get free hotel room. The hotel rooms were really nice. And then you got like free buffets. The buffet was fantastic at Caesars back in the day. I don't know what it's like anymore, but I will say this. The breakfast buffet it used to be called Argosy, which is between Cincinnati and Indiana. It's actually more in Cincinnati, I think. The breakfast buffet at Argosy, oh my God. Okay, that was me at the heaviest. And I would, like, it was so good. And they would put it out like at 2 o'clock. So we would go eat and then come back and gamble some more. And they had like just tons and tons. I mean, this was when I wasn't a vegetarian, but they would have tons and tons of bacon and sausage and pancakes and waffles and French toast. And, you know, but then they had the regular stuff too, like pizza. So I would have like a plate of breakfast food and a plate of like, oh my God, the hash brown casserole and the what's the stuff that I love? Oh my God, oh, why can't I think of it? Wait, what it's called? Shoot. Oh, you guys, why can't I think of it? It's like a southern breakfast food. Not grits, but I do like grits. But what's that called? Is it hash? Is that what it's called? Just, you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like, yeah, I love that. And it was so good. And biscuits and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, and then pizza slices and macaroni and cheese. Oh God, it was just not good. But we would eat the buffet, like if we went to Caesars, and then we would go gamble. And then we would come back and we would like watch a movie in our room, and my mom would always, like, when we took her down there, she would always like sneak food into her purse and take it back upstairs, and then she would have like a plate of food. But sometimes when we were done gambling, we would like you know, like you would get like a ticket, like of like money that you had to use like on your card or whatever back then. So we always had like, you know, tons and tons of cash that you could, like casino cash that you could use for like food. And we would go to the deli and we would get like cheeseburgers and French fries, and we would take that stuff back to the room, and then we would watch a movie because they had the on-demand movies in the hotel room. I used to love those. They don't really have those anymore. Actually, when Alex and I were in LA, we stayed at the London Hotel, and that was the first time I had seen the on-demand paid movies in a long time. And even though I downloaded quite a few of them, I wanted to watch one in the room just for old time's sake, but we didn't. But just knowing that we could, you know, that if we wanted to, that was fun. There were some days back in the day, my ex and I, we had a friend of ours. Oh my God, he was so hilarious. And my ex would go and play like dollar machines. He would like sneak away, and then he would like want to play a dollar machine and hit like $1,000. And so his friend and I, this was like a friend of his that he had like grown up with. He was so hilarious. And like we would, he would like come up to our house, and then we would drive down to the casino. And that would be like on a Sunday, right? And we would get him to call in sick on Mondays. And then on Mondays, we would like drive to another casino because we had, you know, the comps, and we would stay there. So we would go sometimes to casinos 2 days in a row because they all had pools and stuff like that. It was real fun. And he'd always be like, I can't call in sick to work. And we'd be like, come on, girl, you can call in sick to work. And he'd be like, no, I really can't. We'd be like, come on, girl, you can call in sick to work. He'd be like, then all of a sudden we would hear like in the background, he'd be like on his cell phone calling in sick to work. It was so fun. We had so much fun back then. And, but he and I would, while my ex was like playing the dollar machines, he and I would play this game, and it was called Double Diamond Run. Oh my God. I loved this machine so much. It was so fun. It was a penny machine, and you just would get bonus after bonus after bonus after bonus. And we would just be like, we would shout at it. We'd be like, double diamond run, double diamond run. And my friend, he'd be like, where's that drink lady? Because, you know, like we would get like, you know, free fountain pops and stuff, because they always have the machines in the casinos. But Caesars back then in southern Indiana was like popping. It was like a Vegas casino. It was so like happening. There were so many people there. And but he'd always be like, where's that drink lady with our drinks? We need some more sodas. We would just sit there for hours and like drink fountain sodas and smoke cigarettes. And then he would like my ex would like sneak around. He'd be like, yeah, like I won 1,000 but I spent 500 of it. We'd be like, give us somebody, we want somebody. It was fun. Alex and I, the first time that we went to Vegas, which was like 3 months in, it was that November, that Thanksgiving week that was the week of Thanksgiving. And he had never been to Vegas before. And we stayed. Okay, the camera was at the end. Focus, focus. So anyway, the first time that Alex and I went to Vegas, and I took him there, and we stayed at the hotel at Mandalay Bay, which I think is now called the Delano. Anyway, I remember like he got a drink and he was like walking around. He was like, can I take my drink outside the casino? I was like, you can drink anywhere in Vegas, yeah. And so he was like walking down the street, and he just thought that that was like unreal, you know, that you could just like drink there. And we like walked down and we went to the Monte Carlo. It doesn't exist anymore, but I used to love the Monte Carlo, how it smelled. I played Keno in the Monte Carlo one night, and we tried to figure it out, Alex and I. We were so confused by Keno. I still, to this day, I don't think I understand Keno. I've played it a couple times on machines, but I mean, I know you just pick numbers. It's not that deep, but I'm still so confused by it. But anyway, we had so much fun that trip. We have fun every time we go to Vegas. Like, Vegas is kind of our city. Miami's the same way. Alex and I just, like, we travel so well together. We were talking about that today at brunch, like how excited we are for our trip. And, yeah. We were talking about holding hands. Like, Alex and I still hold hands a lot. It was funny because we were like, he was like holding my hand at the table today, like when we were talking. And, like our waiter said something about, he was like, oh, that's sweet, or something like that. And I was like, you don't see couples hold hands as much, like, you know, as you used to see them and stuff like that. I love all that, though. But anyway, we always have so much fun on vacation. But that first year, I remember we, like, one night we were getting ready to do something, and we had like 4 hours. We were going to see, I think, a show. That first trip, I mean, we saw the shows. We went to go see O. We went and saw, God, what else did we see? We saw like 3 shows on that first trip that we ever went to Vegas. And I had seen O before, but he had never seen it. And, oh, we saw Zumanity. To this day, Zumanity is Alex's favorite Cirque du Soleil show. I can't remember what the other show was that we saw. Oh, we went to, his friend took us to Divas Live, which is where like Coco Montrese works and Derek Barry works there. I don't know if they still do or not, but I did see both Coco Montrese and Derek Barry there. And at different times, though. The first time I was there, Derek Barry was there. And because then we went to Piranha, which is like this gay bar afterwards, and he had like a VIP section, and he was like sitting back, and I died because, like, you know, I've watched like drag pageants for years and years and years, and Hot Chocolate, who's Larry Edwards, who was also in Divas Live at one point. Divas Live is no longer, I think it had some scandal or something and shut down. But, Hot Chocolate does like Tina Turner, and super, super famous within like the drag community for years and years and years. This is like one of like literally has been around since the beginning of like a drag pageants and stuff. And so when we met him at Piranha, I was like dying. Like, I'm like an uber Larry Edwards fan. And I remember Alex's friend was like, how does he even know who this is? I was like, because he was friends with him, and he was like, how does he even? I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm such a huge fan. That trip was so much fun. But I would say, like, that's not my favorite time to go to Vegas, time of year. Like, I like to go in the summer when it's hot, and you lay out by the pool and get burnt, and then you take a nap, and then you go out that night. I mean, it's a sexy city, so you want to, like, you know, it's fun when you go when it's, like, warm and hot, and you can lay out by the pool and all that kind of stuff. My nose is itching me. I shaved earlier, but I didn't, like, trim my beard, so I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That first night, whenever the night was, I think it was like our first night there, we were like down in the casino at Mandalay Bay, which if you've ever been in the casino at Mandalay Bay, it is boring. It is like the most quiet casino in the entire world. It is so boring, right? And is it like dark? Like, the dark thing on my camera is still happening, and it actually happened at home tonight too when I was filming it. So I think I have a setting off or something. I'll need to figure it out. But it's just quiet. Like, I like to play in loud casinos. I think it's kind of fun. And so when we were there, I was playing, it was like 3 machines, and then on the other side was 3 of the same machines. And I, to this day, like, I don't know what the machines are called, but like when I see them, I always think of them because they're like the same machine. It was like Penny Run or something like that. I can't remember, but it's something to do with a penny. And I was playing on one side and Alex was playing on the other side, and he goes, oh my God. And I go, what? And he hit like $400 or something, like right away. And then he hit like another 200, and then like he ended up like taking it out. And I go, why are you leaving? You have a hot machine. And he was like, because I might want to buy some things. These will pay for me to buy some stuff. He ended up buying like diesel underwear, which was hot. So, but he was like, I'm taking my money and going upstairs to the room. You can stay down here and gamble. And I remember I went over to that machine thinking it was going to be like super. I was like, you got to keep on playing. That's a hot machine. He's like, no, I think it's done. And literally this all happened in like 15, 20 minutes. And so he like took his money upstairs eventually, and he like went upstairs, and I like tried to hit on that machine, and I didn't hit anything. But that was a fun trip. But I did when we went over to Cosmopolitan the week that we got married. I was playing with my friend that was there, like at the beginning. Oh, don't slide back. I was playing there at the beginning, like when we, like the day, she came, I think the day after we checked in, and she was like one of the first ones of our guests. So we stayed at Mandalay Bay. When we got married, we stayed there like Sunday, Monday maybe, and we went over to Cosmopolitan that Tuesday. So I think she came She must have come Tuesday then, because we got married on Thursday and most of our guests came on Wednesday night. So I think she came late Tuesday. And she and I were gambling. She's also the same friend. You know who you are, girl. She's watching my vlog right now. She's also the one that I stayed up late with and got pizza on my wedding night when Alex was dead asleep. So, but I hit like $2,300 on a penny. Is it like not focused? What is going on here? I can never tell on my vlog because it's too far away. But I won like $2,300 on a penny machine. And I was like, okay, well, this pays for the rest of the week. That was really nice. Casino stories. But I don't usually hit when I go. But the last time that I went, I hit 2 majors, and they were for $700. They were for over $700 each. And this one machine that I was sitting on, I also hit like $300 on that. So I did really well. And like when I left with like $1,800, which that never happens to me. That happens to my friend Valerie all the time, but that never happens to me. She always does well. If she's watching this right now, she's like, no, I don't. But she does. She does really well. Oh, and when I was talking to Lori, I was like, have you done well tonight? Because like she was leaving in the last, when I talked, she came in, we sat down, we talked for a little bit, and then she went back to playing this machine that she was playing. And then when she left, she came up, and she had like a ticket for like $900. And I was like, my God, you did good too, Lori. She was like, I know, what's with the casino tonight? So I don't like to go to the casino on like Friday and Saturday nights. Like I usually only go on like Sundays or, you know, some random night when it's not busy. Anyway, fun casino stories from back in the day. My mom was so funny when I would take her to the casino. Like, she liked the buffet and the swimming pool and all that kind of stuff and the hotel room. She always loved a good hotel room. But, like, she didn't love the casino, and she thought it was, like, a waste. I cannot tell, honestly, like, if I'm, like, out of focus or not. And she thought it was a waste of money. And she'd be like, I just think it's such a waste of money. I can't tell still if it's in focus or not. Alex thinks it's a huge waste of money, gambling. But he's like, if that's what you want to do with your money, go do it. He's like, but I think it's a waste of money. Like every once in a while, like when we go somewhere, oh, you know what? The last time that we were at the Cosmopolitan, this was really fun. So the bar that we met Shane Dawson in is called the Bond, and we love this bar. It's like this bar in the corner of the Cosmopolitan. It has like, you can see the sidewalk outside and stuff. It's really fun. And so, like that's where we met him. But then we had left and gone and done a bunch of shopping and stuff. When we came back, we sat there, and I said, do you want to get a drink before you go up to the room? And Alex was like, yeah, I guess I'll have a beer. And I had a Diet Coke. And so we sat there and we played video poker. And like, he had never played like video poker before. And so I was teaching him how to play it because I think video poker's fun, but I just don't win anything on video poker. But it's fun, you know? So we each played like 20 or 40 bucks in the video poker, and we had a good time. And then he was like, okay, I'm done. Let's go upstairs. Like, this is a waste of money. But I like video poker too. That was fun. It was fun teaching him how to do that, you know. And I played Deuces Wild on those. So yeah. But my mom back in the day, she was so funny because she would like we would play like the old school machines. I feel like this is really out of focus. You guys, if it's out of focus, I'm really, really sorry tonight. I don't know why I keep on thinking that, but it just feels like it is. Up close and personal. But she would, so she would play it, but like it was one of those ones that you like pull, you know, the thing. Like we actually would put like coins in there, like not till later do they have tickets. And so, you know, we would do it, and she wouldn't max bet. She would only bet like 1/4. And then she would like watch it, and it would be like the 7 would be above the line and like down the line, then 1 would be on the line. And then she'd be like, she'd take her finger with her bifocals and she'd go, I don't understand why I didn't win anything. It's on the, I'm like, Mom. And this one time we were at this casino called Belterra. My ex was off somewhere, like probably playing dollar slots like he always did. And my mom was like trying to play, and this woman next to her was like getting kind of like nasty with her, but like trying to show her. She was like, it has to be on the line. And my mother looked at her and she goes, my son is teaching me. She just looked at me and like rolled her eyes and said something. I was like, my mom was so funny. 'Cause, 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 Alex's little brother always wanted me to take him to the casino, and I never did when he lived here. I'll have to do that when he comes back. It's a fun night, but you definitely don't want to take your ATM card, and you definitely want to go in with whatever set amount of money that you, if you go in, just go in saying, this is what I'm taking, and this is what I'm going to lose. If I lose it all, I'm totally fine with that. I'm not going to, get all upset about it. Because you are going to lose money. You're not going to probably win most time, I've been wanting to go to the bookstore for the last 2 days and actually film it for a BookTube video. And I keep on, it gets too late in the day. And I think the half-price books closes at 6 or something on Sunday, so I didn't do it tonight. Well, the last couple nights you got real deep vlogs, and tonight you get casino stories. My ex and I, one time too, we went to Antigua, the island, and God, let me see if I can remember what the name of this casino was called. It was called King's Casino, and it was in town, and they had one roulette table, and they had one blackjack table, and then they had probably 10 machines. It was real small, and we went there, and they had these Yahtzee machines, and I don't know what was wrong with these machines, or nobody would gamble on these. Nobody was coming there to gamble. We rented a Jeep and drove all over the island. Alex and I really want to do that this summer. We want to go somewhere and rent a house. My ex and I never rented a house, but Alex and I really want to rent a little house and get a Jeep and drive all around the island. We want to do that. We're trying to figure out what island we want to do. And we're thinking about doing it with another couple. So anyway, we went to this King's Casino that was in the main town, and it was packed with all these people, but nobody was gambling, because I think it's probably super expensive to gamble there. But we would play these slot machines, these Yahtzee machines, and I don't know if it was how they were set or what, but the bonuses would go off every third or fourth spin. I mean, we were bankrolling on this machine, right? And people were standing behind us, tons of people. It wasn't when you go to a casino, I hate when people stand behind me and it's always 1 or 2 people, but it was 30 people standing behind us. Okay, I mean, and I remember my ex looked at me and he goes, do you think it's weird they're all staring at us? And I was like, I don't know, maybe this machine doesn't hit that often. And so when we went to go cash out, the guy that was at the cashier, he was like, when you get outside, you want to get in your car and just take off real quick. He was like, and I was like, they wouldn't really steal from us, would they? And he just kind of had this strange look. And so we go outside when we left, and it was, I'll never forget, it was pouring down rain, and this one night, and we had the top down from the Jeep, and these lights are like turning at the last second. And it was like pouring down rain, and we had the top down from the Jeep, and the Jeep was soaked. And like as soon as we walked out, like a bunch of people like followed us outside, and we like ran and got in the Jeep and like drove off in the pouring rain with like our car top up and stuff. I remember we like pulled over, and then, oh, this was the other thing. We went to this beach one day. It's called like Darkwood Beach or Deadwood Beach or something. It was beautiful. One of the most beautiful beaches I have ever seen in my entire life. It was like white sand. I mean, white sand beaches, crystal clear water, and you like went over this thing, and then it was just like beach for days. And it had these, like every 20 feet, it would have like this, a palm tree that was like 100 feet in the air. And, but it was just like spaced out, and that was all that was on the beach, right? And you could just go out forever and ever and ever. And I remember we were like way out in the water, and like I saw the Jeep just like parked up there, and I was like, we're kind of like way out in the middle of nowhere. And we were all like, oh, whatever. And that night when we were back at the hotel, we stayed at this really cool hotel called Blue Waters. It was like this like boutique resort. And we were there, and we were talking to our waitress, because we had gotten to become like friends with this waitress. And she was like, where were you guys? And we were telling her, and she was like, oh, you don't want to go to some of those isolated beaches by yourself. She was like, 2 Americans were murdered there last week. And we were like, what? And she was like, yeah, 2 Americans were murdered there last week. I mean, there were no signs, no warning signs, no nothing, like, which I guess, but So we continued to drive all over the island. One of the coolest things was this place called Devil's Bridge, and it like went over the ocean, and like the ocean would splash up and stuff, and people walked down there. That was a really neat island, Antigua. It was really fun to go there. It was called the Island of 300, like island of a beach for every day or something like that, because you could like, there were so many beaches on the island, private beaches, that you could go to a different beach every day of the year and not repeat it. We drove all over that island. I remember we went like, drove through like the areas like on the middle of the island, like the mountainous areas, and just like talked to people on the side of the road that were like selling fruit and stuff like that. It was just, we had such a great time on that trip. I really want to go to Venezuela. I wish things weren't the way that it was right now politically down there, and it's just real dangerous. And like Alex and I have talked about that for a while, and he always is like, it's just not the time to go. But you know, there's so many places I want to go. There's this place called La Roca, and his mom and his stepdad, they went there for their honeymoon, and it was like these little islands. I guess La Roca is like this area or this island, I don't know, but then they take you on a boat out to these little islands, and the little islands are literally like, you could walk around them in like 20 minutes, right? Like that's how small they are. And they set up like an umbrella, and they give you like a cooler of like food and drinks for the day, and then they just leave you there, and you can snorkel all around the island. There's like reefs around it, and there's clear water, you can just walk out, and I want to go there so bad. The pictures were like absolutely incredible that they brought back. I think it would be so cool. We really want to go to the Maldives too, but that's an expensive trip. But like one of the things about the Maldives is that, you know, have you guys heard that they're supposedly, what am I at on time? That they're supposedly sinking. So like 10 years from now, you may not even be able to go to the Maldives anymore. Or if you go, they may not look the way that, you know, they did, which is one of the reasons why I really want to go to Grand Cayman. I went to Grand Cayman with my dad and my stepmom and my very first boyfriend, and I was like in my early 20s, and I've wanted to go ever since. It's really expensive. It's like one of the most expensive Caribbean islands to go to, and I've been looking at Airbnbs there and stuff like that, and Alex wants to go too, and like I really would like him to experience like 7 Mile Beach, where you just like walk and walk and walk, and I can remember being there and literally like walking along the ocean, and then, you know, 20 feet out you'd see just dolphins and whatever. Oh, the battery is gonna die. I can't believe it. Did I bring my other battery? I think my other battery is charging at home. I don't think I have my other battery in here. Dang it. So yeah, so we're picking some, because we really want to start doing a lot more traveling, because that's like a huge priority for us, and we're trying to pick out some places that we want to go to. So put in the comment section below if you've been places that you think are absolutely amazing, that you just definitely have to go. And then I think in the fall, we're going to do some places in the US. I definitely want to do Seattle, and but I don't know, that might be late summer. We're going to do San Diego, and then I definitely want to do Washington, D.C. either this year or next, because I've never been, and that's one of the places I really, really want to go. It's on my bucket. Washington, D.C. is at the top of my bucket list, which is so funny, because 20 years ago I would have said I could care less, but now I really, really want to go. And Alex really wants to go to Washington, D.C. too, because he's really interested in history and things like that. So that would be a fun trip for us, but we want to kind of plan it out before we go, so we know we want to see what we want to see. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to stop this vlog and go home and charge my battery. I have vlogged now for like 40-some minutes, so I may come back and finish it. Uh-oh. Oh, it hit the thing. I may come back and finish it, but if I don't, this is my end. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic beginning to your week. And have an amazing day, unless you have other plans. I don't know why I'm driving behind this strip mall right now, because I have never driven back here before. I don't know what I'm doing. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and treat yourself well. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.